I have always been here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, nerds, geeks, ambassadors everywhere, and welcome to the Ambassadorial Wing. And I'm glad y'all are here tonight. We're continuing our Director Spotlight series, and we're also going to try out something a little bit different tonight. For those of you that may have noticed, those of you that be coming in or are in here currently, I have dropped the link to the stream in the chat. So if you would like to join me this evening as we discuss the films and career of Kevin Smith, all you gotta do, click that link. And so long as you're not a troll, you're welcome to come on in. And to the chat, The Price is Right reviews. Good to see you, my friend. Look at this dude. Sup, my man? Good to see you, Price, and always a pleasure to have you in the chat. And I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. So, but yeah, we're trying out something a little bit different tonight. Instead of me saying out half a dozen links to everybody, I'm just kind of streamlining things and seeing how this works out, because I've seen several other channels do this, and I thought this would be a good test run. This would be a good time. I'll troll you because you're too hilarious, my man. Thank you, Price. I appreciate that, truly. But yeah, I know I've been spacing these out a little bit, these director spotlights, but I kind of like doing these just like one every few months or so. And this was next up on the roster, Kevin Smith. And of course, is a director that I truly am a fan of. I love this guy. He makes me laugh, makes me think, and is just, regardless of his political leanings, I don't particularly care for his political leanings. Doesn't make a difference to me. All I care about is the man's ability to entertain, and that is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Is the films, the man, and his work. And before we get all that started, of course, make sure you smash that like button. Share this out with all your friends. And if this is your first visit to the Ambassadorial Wing, of course, consider hitting that subscribe button and becoming a part of this community. And want to let you all know just a few little housekeeping things before we do jump into the topic of the evening. I will be going live again Friday night with the Council of Ones as we continue our review of Babylon 5 Season 3 with the two-parter episode, War Without End. And I will be back this Saturday night with another Saturday Night Geekgasm review as we discuss Zack Snyder's latest offering, Army of the Dead. And we'll be breaking down episode 4 of Bad Batch. But that all being said, I won't lie, but the only film I've seen of Kevin Smith was Clerks. Well, you know what? Price is Right. That was his first film. That was quite literally Kevin Smith's first film, and he got a lot of praise for it, and I would say justifiably so. I, once upon a time, owned every single movie this guy had, and I loved it. I loved his films. Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. A Jay and Silent Bob movie. Who would watch that? Breaking that fourth wall is only Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, and Ben Affleck only can. And I tell y'all, I love this guy. And tonight we're gonna talk about this guy that has brought a lot of joy and a lot of entertainment to everybody, everywhere. So, that all being said, we will not stand on any further ceremony. We shall not stand on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne. Sorry, that's my bane, and it's not the best. So, and to the chats, Miss Sir Nerdlot, good to see you, my man. Always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Nerdlot, I don't know if you caught what I said a few minutes ago, but I have pinned the link to the stream up in the chat. So anybody that wants to join me as we break down Kevin Smith's movies this evening is more than welcome to join me. So if you would like to, the link is right up there. So, but anyway, as I was saying, we're not going to stand on any more ceremony here. We're going to jump right into the topic of the evening, and that is, of course, the one and only Kevin Smith. And what can be said about Kevin Smith? Well, a lot can be said for the simple fact that his career, while it may have taken a bit of a downturn to some people's opinions, myself, I would say his career has stayed fairly steady for the simple fact that his career has been anything but conventional. I mean, this is a guy who started off as an independent. Can't forget Red State. It's slept on and on, not a normal Kevin Smith movie, but it's great. Honestly, I have never seen Red State Nerd a lot. And to Mr. George. George, good to see you. Heck yeah, Kevin Smith, king of the nerds, indeed. And well, looky who we have here. Price,
what's up? What's happening?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you for joining me tonight.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
Kevin Smith.
I was going to mention.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Kevin Smith was like the only movie I've seen with the Clerks was Dane Cook. That's probably the most hilarious movie I've seen him in. But I didn't realize that was his first movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Very true. Well, we can definitely break down Clerks because honestly, Clerks is by far one of my favorites of Mr. Smith's. I mean, it was like I mentioned, his very first. Does a lot of writing for a lot of stuff, also not just his movies. Nerdlot, you are not wrong. The man is a prolific writer, absolutely prolific.
Yeah. You can't be a
Mm-hmm. Well, I even pulled. I got smart. When I started doing these, I pulled up the guy's IMDb. So let's just run down the list of what he's done. He's got 38 writers credits. Let's see.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah. Well, some of these are announced. Apparently, these haven't been released yet. Yet being the operative word. Clerks 3.
No spoilers.
Well, let's see. Apparently, he's doing a Clerks 3, Helena's Handbag, Moose Jaws, Sam at Twitch, Kilroy Was Here.
Moose Jaws.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is, but hey, it's Kevin Smith, so it's bound to be good. And then, of course, you've got Jay and Silent Bob, Reboot, Hollyweed, Kevin Smith, Silent but Deadly. This Is Not Happening, which was a TV series that he wrote. Holidays, Yoga Hosers, Everything Wrong With, Tusk, and Jay and Silent Bob Super Groovy Cartoon Movie. Okay, I did not hear of that one, but that's okay.
Interesting.
See, Clerks, or Kevin Smith, Burn in Hell, TV special documentary, uncredited. Red State, The Flying Cars, yes. Zach and Miri Make a Porno. Now, I heard of that one, but I never saw it. Sucks Less with Kevin Smith, which is another TV series he wrote on. Clerks 2, Clerks, The Lost Scene, Jersey Girl, Daredevil Volume 1, The Guardian Devil, Roadside Attractions, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, as I mentioned, Clerks, Dogma, Chasing Amy, Mallrats.
Ooh,
and yeah, that's by far one of my favorites of his, honestly. I don't know, have you, well, Price, you said you've only seen...
Yeah, I've always seen him, of course, yeah. I followed him more when he did all his comic convention hosting and stuff like that. That's probably the most I've ever seen him.
Nerdlot, I get that reference.
Really, man?
Yeah.
Really?
in a row.
I remember Kevin Smith doing that rap battle with his best friend, that dropped the mic episode. He just ragged on his own best, and I forget his name, but yeah, he just started ragging on him pretty bad. It was good. It was a good show.
Yeah, and I've heard about this one. There are a lot Masters of the Universe Revelations coming out in July. Yeah, I think I heard that.
Yeah.
I was actually on a stream with Mad Max the other night where I absolutely roasted his ass. and half the panel and the chat. And I don't feel guilty for roasting Max, but I feel just a smidge guilty for roasting my fellow panelists. Just a little. Let's see.
Man, well, my rule is if you're gonna roast me, I roast you right back, my friend. Just give me a heads up.
That is true. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, George. My top 3 Kevin Smith films are Clerks, Clerks 2, and Mallrats. Yep. Absolutely.
See, I watched the Clerks movies because of Dane Cook, and then I saw Kevin Smith, and it's just hilarious together in that movie. Absolutely hilarious.
I don't remember Dane Cook being in either one of the Clerks movies, to be honest with you.
He was a chef. He was the one that he put the salt in. He put his I think he was the one who put danger in that hamburger meat, I think.
You're thinking of Waiting, not Clerks.
Hang on, let me check. Hang on.
Dane Cook was in Waiting, not Clerks. Because that one had Anna Faris, what's his face? Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long. You're thinking of Waiting, not Clerks, because Dane Cook was in and Luis Guzman was also in that.
Yeah, I must have been something different.
You're thinking of Waiting, because I remember that movie very, very well. Kevin Smith had nothing to do with that one.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's okay. Hey,
I was close. I was close enough about that.
Yeah,
but I did see Clerks though with Kevin Smith though.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Moose Jaw is the culmination of his Canadian trilogy: Tux, Yoga Hosers, and Moose Jaw. Okay, I'll have to check out those other two because honestly, but like I said, I've never seen those. I've just seen his more. My fave is. Oh dear Lord. Sir, yes, there's this thing going around on Twitter where apparently I'm Mir's child. Well, sorry, no, I'm not your child. I'm older than you, and well, I already have 2 sets of parents, one biological, one adoptive. I don't need some weirdo being my parent. So Mir, sorry, but denied. I reject you. I renounce you. You are not my parent. I have nothing to do with you. But anyway, Sir Nerdlot, my favorite is Chasing Amy. Yeah, honestly, I do like Chasing Amy. I think of his early work. I mean, honestly, all of his early work is top notch. It's always well written. So Mir, I'm 42. I think I'm older than you are. Pretty sure. But that's not the topic of the night. Who is whose parent and who is who's older. We're talking about Kevin Smith. So Mir, unlike the other, like a few months ago when I did a review of Mystery Men, and you said you had never actually seen the movie, you came on the panel anyway. If you can't contribute, go away. Oh, gee, 40. Oh, wow, a year and a half. What do you want? A gold star and a cookie? Actually, Barry, you know what, Barry? Yet I got a nice clip for you.
My name is Jordan Belfort. The year I turned 26, I made $49 million, which really pissed me off because it was 3 shy of $1 million a week.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie too. I would take that back. Clerks and Chasing Amy. That's one I saw. Yeah, that was hilarious too.
Yeah, I have to wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah, Chasing Amy and Clerks. What I saw, man. Yeah, but I'm thinking back in my head of all the movies I may have seen like pop up because I don't pay attention to Kevin Smith's often, so I'm now trying to remember what movies I did see him in, like Chasing Amy and Clerks. Yeah, that was funny.
And Big Daddy-O John Bamford is in the house. John, good to see you, man. I've never seen Clerks and Mallrats, but I do love the Jay and Silent Bob movies and Dogma. Great films. R.I.P. Alan Rinkman. Yes, indeed. R.I.P. The voice of God. I love Kevin Smith back in the day, but not these days. His new stuff sucks, in my opinion. Well, hey, as we've talked very often, every director has a slump. Every director kind of trails off. Every artist does. And John, if you want to join, I have pinned the chat up above. So if you want to come on in and join us, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to do so.
He's probably going to take my place and cook some dinner soon.
Probably. Knowing him. Well, he's overseas too, so I do understand that.
Yeah.
And Mirror the Gravitation of Death will mirror. If you've seen all the movies and you want to join the conversation,
come on in.
Links are up above. All you got to do is click it. And to the chat, Tim Possible. Tim, good to see you, man. Hey. Always a pleasure. Glad to have you here.
I call him
LDG of Geeks Enjoy. Geeks enjoy many things, and geeks also enjoy Kevin Smith movies. Why? Because Kevin Smith is king of the nerds. Oh.
See, I consider Tim Possible the Kylo Ren of YouTube. He looks exactly
yes, I'm actually... I can do that, guy. Go get on the PC. All right, well, Mirror, get that puppy fired up and get your tuchus on in here. And this is everybody in the chat. If you're just coming in, I have pinned the link to the stream up above in the chat. So if you want to join the conversation, the link is there. By all means, use it. Get in here with me and with this weirdo over here. But honestly, yeah. Speaking in terms of Clerks, one of the reasons I love this movie is, it was an independent film, but it's also black and white. And I love black and white films. Now, granted, he probably did this for budgetary reasons because he couldn't shoot it in color. But I think, honestly, it would lose something if this movie was ever colorized. So I hope that he doesn't go back and go, maybe I should do it in color. And to Kevin Smith, if you ever see this, please do not colorize Clerks. It's perfect as is. But, the thing about Clerks for me is I, for a brief period, was a convenience store clerk. But I've also worked in retail. So I can understand Dante's struggle. And there have been times when I have worked in retail or just a job in general where I have uttered the phrase, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Yep.
And looky here, who is here? Mr. Sir Nerdlot. Nerdlot, my friend. Good to see you.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, guys.
What's happening?
Hey, Nerdlot. My fellow Who's Your Brother.
Yes. Watch out, tomorrow it's going to be in the 90s.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. I'll be in the hospital most of the day. I'm going to go see Mother Ambassador tomorrow and everything. Check on her. Well, I'm not checking on her, but I told her I was going to go see her. So hopefully me and Madeline Mrs. Ambassador will be going. So, and the Truth Apocalypse. Truth Apocalypse. I believe this is the first time you've been a guest in my chat. So welcome. Thank you for being here, and hope you all enjoy. And hope you enjoy yourself. So, Nerdlot. This is kind of open discussion. So whatever Smith movie you want to discuss, we're kind of on Clerks. But if you want to switch to a different film, I do not care.
Oh no, you're good. It's your show, man. Clerks is awesome, though. I mean, I can't remember what the budget is, but like the budget of it is like.
Hang on,
I'm pretty sure it was under 100,000.
It was like
something.
For Pete's sakes, work with me here. Come on. Here we go.
I'm about to start cooking dinner, so I'll check you guys later.
All right. You have a good one, man. And thank you for popping in.
I will, man. See, I'll pop back in too.
All right. Budget for Clerks. Here we go. Let's see.
And then you got to think about like the originality of it. Like, it's been a long time since I've talked about like anything Kevin Smith, because he's kind of been on a hiatus of major feature films.
Yeah. Believe it or not, Clerks was shot for $27,575.
Right.
That is it.
Like literally, I believe
post production was $230,000. So it was pretty on the cheap.
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord, we're doomed.
What?
John's here. We're screwed. Oh dear Lord. Hey, John.
I think you mean your ratings just went up, Ambassador. No, you're not screwed.
I'm not even supposed to be streaming today. John, good to see you, my friend, as always. And also in the chat, Superior Hero Reviews. Cody, good to see you, man. Cody, we're testing out something new this evening, which actually seems to be working out pretty good so far. I have pinned the link to the stream up in the chat. So if you want to join, well, it's even running in the runaround on the bottom. All you got to do is click that puppy and you can join us. Join the discussion, join the fun. So, John, my friend, we're talking Clerks. Your thoughts?
You know, again, I've never seen it, and I know it was one of his earliest work.
It was actually his very first one.
Yeah, where he played Silent Bob, and that was where the whole character came into it. And people just love the character. You know, there's something about a guy that just won't talk. I mean, can you imagine if I wouldn't talk like him?
John? I see what you're doing. And you're actually, you know what? I actually had my hat turned around earlier, just like Silent Bob did. I remember his one and only line from the movie.
Yeah.
Dude. Most women won't bring
it almost looks like he got the hat going on for Silent Bob, and then he got the goatee going on for Dante.
Yes, just a little bit. And you know what, John? You're not even supposed to be here today.
I know. I'm not supposed to. I'm not. I'm supposed to be in my bed. I've got an appointment in a few hours, but I couldn't sleep, so I was like, why not? But hey, I know why you don't want me on mute, because I'd be like a naysayer. I'd be like, I hate KevinSmith. Oh, see that soy woke bastard. He's a sellout. Oh, that bastard. Oh, that traitor. Oh, what happened?
And now he is a truly Silent John.
And that's why I don't like him so much these days. But yeah. And yes, I see what you did there.
Yes. And oh dear Lord, we have a giant glowy ball, which I guess is supposed to represent Mir. Well, Mir, come here. Where are you? Mir, are you there? If you're not going to speak, I'm going to remove you from the stream. I can do that, you know. Because regardless of what some little Twitter post says, I don't care how old you are. You're not my parent. You didn't raise me. You didn't give me life. You are nothing to me. Okay, I'm just going to remove him until he actually comes on screen.
That'd be pretty cool.
I used to have one of those plasma balls, and then for some reason it just stopped working. And now I use it as a mask. I put my hat on there, and I put a nice mask on there. You know, it makes a good wee headrest. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I should move that thing. Stay.
Well, we got something in private chat. Okay, sound was down, up now. Okay. All right, Mir, speak.
This is the voice of God.
Yes, Dogma, voiced by the late great. Man, how much we miss him, Alan Rinkman. How we miss him. What are you going to do exactly? Hit me?
No. He played an angel. He played Gabriel. A woman.
No, he played Metatron.
Oh yeah,
he was the voice of God,
which is literally the voice.
God couldn't speak himself. Yes, that's right.
Well, technically, she
Why
can't.
Are you hugging my head?
Why are you hugging my?
Blow your mind.
Yeah, just like she did the Bartleby and Loki.
I bet she'd blow other things as well. Eh? You know what I mean? No.
You're talking about the creator of all existence. Show some respect.
How do you think we got Adam and Eve in the universe? You do know how babies work, yeah? You know, donut, hot dog. No. I'll explain to you when you're older. Maybe
I know how children are made.
Maybe your dad can explain to you. What about you, Mir? Can you explain to him? Oh.
You know what?
You must have gone on hiatus, which is another TV
Probably.
movie.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
How could you rent the thing anyway without a credit card?
I have a gasoline card.
You can start by wiping that fucking dumbass smile.
I've been wearing the same underwear since Tuesday.
You really need to consider changing once in a while. I mean, that's a long while since Tuesday. I mean, we're now on to Thursday now, at least here.
No, it's still Wednesday for me. Mir, are you going to speak, or are you just going to have that stupid glow ball up all night?
Hello from the future. Then.
All right, we're losing viewers. Let's get back on topic. Let's actually talk about Clerks, and we're going to take Mir out until he actually can learn to speak. Until I see you on camera, Mir, you're going to be backstage. Because I think your little glow ball thing is making people's eyes hurt. I know it certainly is mine.
Oh, I love them.
But yeah, you know, the thing I love, one of the many things I love about Clerks is its authenticity. Because let's be honest, we have all had one of those days at work where everything that possibly could go wrong, every bizarre occurrence that could happen has happened. And Kevin Smith perfectly, and I mean perfectly, captures that type of day. Oh, hey, well, look. I finally see a face and not a glow ball.
Can you hear me this time?
Yes.
Yes.
Hallelujah. All right.
And we can see you, too.
I know. I'm so sorry. Hi.
By the
So,
way,
look, new area, new man cave, much larger.
I like it.
I do
looks
too.
nice. I like it.
I do
Very cool.
indeed. So, can I do my favorite line?
Yes, you may do your favorite line.
Say that you're the Metatron, and everyone stares at you blankly. Mention something out of a Charlton Heston film, and suddenly everyone's a theology scholar.
Only Alan Rinkman could deliver that line and give it the gravitas that it deserves.
I love that movie so much.
Well, you know, that's one of the great things about Kevin Smith. He is a great writer.
He is.
He is a truly insightful and funny and great writer, and that's one of the reasons why I love his films and all the other stuff he has done so much. Even Comic Book Guys, the AMC show, I love that show when I'm able to watch it. But yeah,
he has a really great Daredevil run of comics.
That's what I've heard. I've never actually read it, but that is what I have heard. It's just a shame that we didn't get a better Daredevil movie because he actually made a cameo as a forensicist in that film.
Yep.
Yeah. But speaking of Daredevil, this was The Dogma was one of Ben Affleck's earliest works. You know, a very young Affleck back in the day, before Daredevil and everything. In fact, probably Dogma is probably why he went on to do such films such as that, because, you know, him and Matt Damon, you know, no one really knew them back in the days, and then all of a sudden they appear in this film, and then it's like, now they're everywhere, you know. They went on to do, you know, spy films, action films, hell, he then went on and became Batman of all people.
Well, and Matt Damon himself and everything went on to be Jason Bourne, and he kicked ass at Jason Bourne.
Yep.
To quote a favorite movie of mine, I always thought Damon was a Streisand, but he actually is kicking ass in this movie. And that's, of course, a reference to 4-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah. And it was spoken by Paul Rudd, I believe.
Yeah.
I
like the Jason Bourne ones. I didn't like the later ones where they had someone else.
Yeah, with Jeremy Renner. Affleck was also Mallrats and Chasing Amy. Yes, he was. Well, he was actually the star of Chasing Amy, if you think about it.
This is true.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. He played, what was the guy's name?
Holden McNeil.
Yep.
That's why I thank you, Nerdlot. Thank you. Holden McNeil.
Oh, no. When it comes to Kevin Smith, I'll know almost everything. Yeah. As long as I can remember it.
Do you remember the name of the girl?
No. Not right off my head.
It's
her actual name?
It's Joey Lawrence Adams, I think, or something.
It's Joey Lawrence. Joey Lawrence Adams.
That's what I said. I think that's right. And to the chat, Sci-Fi Nation, Sci-Fi, it has been a long time since I've seen you. If you check the crawl down below, you'll see I've pinned the link. If you want to come join the conversation, we're talking Kevin Smith movies tonight. So you want to come on in? You know how to do it. Hit that link. But yeah, honestly, go ahead, John, please.
Yeah, speaking of Mallrats, that's the one scene that I did actually like from Captain Marvel is this Stan Lee cameo where what is he reading? He's reading a script for Mallrats, which was one of the
Mallrats 2.
Yeah.
No, he's reading the script from Mallrats.
Yeah,
was it just the first one?
Yeah, because remember we took him back to 9.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That would make sense. Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Because Captain Marvel took place back in the 80s when the first one came
the
out.
90s.
Yeah, no, 90s. Yeah. So I get them mixed up. Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, they're both female,
Yeah, and they're both awesome.
Yes, I agree.
We're going to agree to disagree on that.
Wonder Woman was awesome in the first one.
Yes.
She was awesome in the second one, too. Yeah. Contrary to your buddy Zach Leary's opinion, I don't care if he had many strokes. I think Wonder Woman 84 was awesome, but we're not talking about that tonight. We're talking about Kevin Smith.
It was decent.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, that's perfect for you because you're just a little bit wacky too.
Yeah, but
you're just a little bit mental.
Really, what was your first clue?
The first time I met you, we interacted.
Yeah.
But anyway, I
remember the interview where
I will say
he had no idea. Sorry, that he had no idea that was going to be in that movie when he first seen that, and that's why he cried when he first seen that, because he was like, "Oh, Stan Lee, one of his biggest heroes," and reading the script for that, he just loved that cameo, And sadly, it was the last time we unfortunately seen Stan Lee, and that just made it all the more better.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
all the rest of the movie was rubbish, but that one scene was fantastic. Anyway, sorry, on you go.
I give up. John is fandom menace. He hates anything Marvel with Brie Larson.
Agreed.
I liked Endgame. She was in that.
Anyway, all right, back on topic. Kevin Smith. We're talking Clerks or Mallrats or one or the other. So pick a movie, any movie. I don't care.
Sure, let's keep talking Clerks.
Okay, let's talk Clerks. I would have to say my favorite scene.
37.
When they...
37. 37?
In a row?
My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
In a row?
Hey, don't you follow her.
No, get back here.
So great.
Okay. I actually used to have the special edition there was actually an animated scene where they go into the funeral home and it actually shows everything that happens in the funeral home. for the girl who died of the brain aneurysm because she swam too much.
That's phenomenal.
I just realized I have never seen this movie. I was 5 when it came out.
Yeah.
Well, what have you been doing with your life since then?
Watching good movies.
Saying. I would say Clerks is a good movie. It's a great movie.
Clerks is a classic.
Clerks is
I'm pretty sure it won Sundance, some type of Sundance awards.
It did.
It most certainly did.
And it totally did.
And basically the reason why, he has like how many, like 4 or 5 follow-ups with Miramax, because at Sundance, all these production companies want to pick up these movies, and they pick Clerks up with additional movie deals.
Yeah. It must be good because apparently they're going to do a third one now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will say I did like the second one. I enjoyed it. It had a great cast. I mean, of course, you can't go wrong with Rosario Dawson as Dante's baby mama and future wife and boss.
The second movie was just nothing short of just one face palm after another.
But it was
was fantastic.
Okay. If we're talking, I'll be talking Clerks and Clerks 2. My all-time favorite scene. Randall Graves' rant.
In jail?
There's only no.
I think at movies.
The
when
they're working, with what's his face
only one
and the
return.
one customer. There is only one return. It's of the Jedi, not of the King. And also coming into the chat, Robert Green.
This is
Robert
them
Green
in the first movie. March.
This is the first movie. This is the second movie. This is the third movie.
Drop the ring.
Turn around, glove pack.
He's like, it still upsets me though.
How so?
Because I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
I am too, but you know what?
I am too, but you know what? That's pretty damn funny.
It's pretty damn funny because he's even the
There's
trees.
Still a tickle at the back of my brain saying, Randall.
Randall is right, but
he's got a point.
I hate the and hey, look who we got here. Sci-Fi Nation, Sci-Fi, good to see you, man. It's been a long time.
Hey guys, what's up?
Well, nothing. We're just talking KevinSmith movies. Having an awesome time.
Yeah, considering I graduated high school and was in my almost 20s, early 20s when most of his best stuff came out.
Same here, man.
I don't know if you guys mentioned it, but Dogma, wasn't that a spinoff of one of his movies?
Well, this wasn't his movies.
Or what? Wow, that was
yeah. They're all considered part of the View Askew
universe.
Yeah. It's all technically Jay and Silent and Bob. It's just So
the common thread. The common thread is Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes.
The chronological order technically goes depending on lines of dialogue. The chronological order goes Mallrats, Clerks, Clerks 2, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and then Clerks 2. And then also Jay and Silent Bob reboot, because I think it takes place also in the View Askew universe.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah, they literally start the movie standing outside of the shop they were standing outside of in Jay and Silent Bob. So,
yeah.
Robert Green says, if I can get up, spinoff, no, only tied together in the last one. Yeah, I guess you could say that, Robert Green. That's not entirely inaccurate. So, and John, I didn't tell you had to come in. I offered you to come. I put the link there for anyone who wanted to use it. I'm as surprised as ambassador that I'm here. Honestly, I didn't plan on being awake right now. It's 2 a.m. in the morning here, but I'm glad to be here. Well, and John, I am always glad to have you here with me. You always
way out the window. It's gone. It's all in American time now. Brainwash me.
It's true. Where I am, it's 8:07 p.m.
907 here.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, they all are kind of loosely tied together. There is a chronological order. You can watch them if you so choose, but honestly, I just watch them. I need to get them on. I'm going to see if they have like a Blu-ray like set of like the View Askew movies, so I can just get them all again and have all the special features and everything. Because that's how much I love Kevin Smith. That
would be smart. Like how dedicated his fans are. Like almost like an in-game box set of like 4K Blu-rays.
God. Can you imagine Dogma in 4K when their heads explode? That would be awesome.
That would be.
Speaking of which, Ambassador, you'll appreciate this. Yeah. You know that my wife is a member of clergy, right?
Yes.
So she has an action figure of the Buddy Christ.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That is awesome. Okay, and can I just say he only appears in 2 of the movies. But George Carlin in Dogma and in Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
And Jersey Girl.
I miss George Carlin.
And Jersey Girl.
Oh,
you cannot forget Jersey Girl.
Yep.
It is one of
I've
his
actually
best
never seen
movies.
it. That's one of the few of his I have never seen.
You have to remedy that really fast because I tell you what. Okay, so I'm actually like
I'm sure I can find it somewhere streaming for free.
Oh yeah. It always gets ragged on as like Kevin Smith's worst movie.
No,
and I just do not see it. Jersey Girl is so good. And then at the end, if you can watch the end of Jersey Girl and tell me that you don't tear up a little bit when George Carlin speaks, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but his like towards the end of the movie, his lines just like every time, like a little baby.
You definitely piqued my interest now because if I remember correctly, Liv Tyler was starred in this, and she's like, I wanted to do something that wasn't as big and epic as Lord of the Rings because she did this right after Lord of the Rings had finished and all 3 movies had finished coming out. And she's like, I just wanted to do something small. And she's like, I always wanted to work with Kevin. I heard he was such a great guy to work with. And here's the amazing thing about Kevin Smith. I know his personal life. I think maybe I can't remember if him and his wife are still married or everything, or if they were divorced. But are they still married? Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, they actually met on the set of Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back because she plays one of the 3 hot girls with what's her face, Elijah Dushku. It was her, Eliza Dushku, and Ali Larder were the three jewel smugglers, and it was also Shannon Elizabeth was in that too. Back when after she did her topless run on the first American Pie. But yeah, she's like, I wanted to do, what I was saying. He's one of the few directors who still has a good reputation because he's not a scumbag like another director whose work we all really like, but now he's been revealed to be kind of an asshat. And that is, of course, Joss Whedon. Just saying. There's one director I will never cover on my channel. Ever.
Freaking sucks.
Huh?
It sucks. I've actually I've wanted to watch The Nevers, but I haven't.
Well, here's the thing. He actually got booted off of that project. I think someone else did it. So you probably could and everything. I don't think it would be like a big thing.
I could. I could either
actually
way or not, but
yeah, totally.
But then also I was a huge Firefly fan back in the day, and I'm even worried to hear anything else about the making of that TV show or the movie.
Well, there's a YouTube channel that just brought out. It's I can't remember what channel it is, but it's had to do with Firefly. It just recently came out. like the untold story of Firefly or something. I think that's the name of it. The name of the video. I can't remember what channel it is though.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like a background on it. That'd be cool to check out.
Yeah, I'll pop up Robert Green's comment here because I'm in the same boat he is. Loved Buffy. I still love Buffy, even to this day. Yeah. I have the box. I have both box sets, Buffy and Angel, both of them. Love those shows.
They canceled that reboot plan. That would have been a disaster.
I'm glad they didn't do it. I am so glad they didn't do it. But anyway, transitioning back to the topic of the evening, Kevin Smith. We kind of talked about. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what would be awesome if they were connected? They probably aren't, but you know the Reaper series, how he produced the first pilot episode of the Reaper series. How awesome would it be seeing God and the devil from the Reaper series in a movie?
That would be like Alanis Morissette as God and
yeah.
That's a show that's under the radar too. Yeah,
Reaper. I remember that one now. Yeah, I actually liked that show. That was a really cool concept.
Yeah, he did the first episode, and that was really good.
Yeah, it was. That was actually kind of a neat show. But yeah, totally. I remember that now.
Yeah, Ray Wise played the devil. He's a good actor. Now he would have.
Yes, he is.
Two, the angel and God and the devil fighting over the souls of the world. It's like an Apocalypse 2. You know, bring back the original, some of the original cast. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be
totally. Well, you know, speaking of in terms of Smith's work, in terms of I would have to say, if Clerks was his first great outing, Mallrats really spoke to me as a teenager because I kind of was a mall rat. I'm not gonna lie, I was, and I didn't even know what the term mall rat meant, but I still love that movie. I do. I absolutely, positively love that movie.
What's cool is Ambassador. We have the main mall and the smaller mall,
the shitty mall. Yes.
We've got that here too.
I think every town has it.
Yeah.
And everybody goes to the. Okay, I cannot believe I'm going to reference this, but I'll reference it. It's almost like Randall and Clerks. He's like, I work at a shitty video store. I want to go to a good video store and rent a good movie. And what does Randall end up renting in Clerks? Best of both worlds, hermaphroditic porn.
Uh-huh.
It's the same principle. The shitty video store and the good video store. The shitty mall and the good mall. And unless I'm wrong, wasn't Shannon Doherty in Mallrats?
Yes, she was.
She was like the main love interest.
She played Jason Lee's girlfriend.
Yes, she did. Yeah. And she was great in it. That was back and everything right around the time of her she was still on Beverly Hills 90210. And Willem, the big heavy guy played by Ethan Suplee, I think. Suplee. He's like, oh, what was the girl? What was her name on Beverly Hills? I can't remember. And she's like, he says her name, and she's like, Dick. And she just stomps off.
Brenda was her name.
Brenda, that's right.
Yeah.
And by the way, have you seen Ethan Suplee lately?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He got skinny. He got in shape, I heard.
He is
No, he didn't get skinny. He got freaking ripped.
He is ripped.
Okay, well, he got in shape. Let's put it that way.
He is completely and totally unrecognizable.
Why is that not surprising?
We get the plot idea. Stop. You're making us fat bastards feel bad about ourselves.
So, have you seen my name?
John, you are not a parody of a fat person from Austin Powers.
But I'm Scottish.
But you're better looking than Fat Bastard by like a lot.
Oh, you're right.
He is Scottish. You are a crazy Scotsman.
Yes, I am.
In that case, I've got a request for you.
Oi, what is that,
Lord?
Say it just once. Just say it.
Donkey.
Thank you. And we return to our usual programming.
Oh, for the love of Pete. That's it. You're gone. Click. Bam.
That's all, folks. Thank you for coming.
Boy, Willie likes that.
Look, it took me 3 minutes to set that joke up,
I'm
okay?
You take the high road, I take the road.
I mean, it gives an opportunity to be patriotic. What can you say?
You're not wrong. But, honestly, let's see. Mallrats. Where were we?
Hopefully you're not about to be screwed in a very uncomfortable place, like the back of a Volkswagen.
The back of the Volkswagen?
Hey, would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel? They're just a little melty.
Stink palm.
Stink palms.
That was a stink palm. That was a shit palm.
Would you like to hear this is an actual true
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
joke?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay,
yes, I do.
if you go to the Mallrats Wikipedia page, and it actually says a quote where it says, "In a very uncomfortable place," they give you the full-on picture of anal sex. I shit thee not.
Holy crap. That's hilarious. I'm almost tempted to look this up, but I'm afraid it would get me to get my stream taken down, so I won't. I'll look it up later.
Exactly. The thing is, first of all, it's an animated picture, so
still, I'm somewhat resident.
Don't post it. Jeez.
I didn't say post. I meant share it.
I wouldn't share it either.
I know exactly. Although one thing I would share, and I say this is a very happily married man, would be the one and only topless scene in any Kevin Smith movie, and that was in Mallrats with the girl who played.
The
fortune teller. Oh my god, yeah.
Joy Lauren Adams, yeah. And she's like, "Fuck."
Oh.
The only reason people who know me know I only curse when I'm quoting something and it's appropriate. Yep. Okay, I'll bring up George's question here. I've heard Kevin Smith has a Clerks 3 and Mallrats 2 planned. What are your thoughts? Well, it is. Let's see. I need to scroll back up here. Give me a minute. It is on his IMDb. At least the Clerks 3 is. I don't see any sign of Mallrats 2, but I do see a Clerks 3 for sure.
Yeah, he was.
It's announced.
If I'm not mistaken, he was writing Mallrats 2 and Clerks 3 during the pandemic. That was like his project since he was stuck at home, isolating in place. He was working on writing those.
At least he was doing something productive. And I say, Kevin Smith, yes, please give us more.
Well, I would love it personally, but at the same time, you need to remember this is like getting to 30 years down the line. I mean, what would you call it? Bluntman and Chronic don't die? you know?
You could. You could have it be like the original cast, but with their kids, right? Because in the newest Jay and Silent Bob, you had Ben Affleck in it.
That is true.
With his own son. So he could do it, on that premise. Just have them be like older, like our age, but with their kids being the Mallrats and the...
Oh my gosh. Remember in Clerks 3, Dante and Becky had a kid.
Right.
So that could totally work. It'd be like...
I mean, really, it could work the same way that they did with the latest Bill and Ted movie.
Yes. Yes, I would totally go for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, they kind of already started that with Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah, they did.
And that's fair. Hey,
Harley,
you don't like it, you don't like
which is Kevin Smith's Jay's daughter.
I just got one question. Who actually married Jason Mewes and produced a child?
Hey, I have offspring and I never married, so figure that one out. No,
I know,
but by all rights,
no judgment.
The story between Jay and his daughter kind of related to me because when my daughter was a year old, her mom took off out of state with her, and I just was able to find her and my son like 2 years ago. So I'm reconnecting with my kids now. So that story completely related to me.
Right.
So that's why this newest movie, it just holds a place for that reason. And the old ones do because, like I said, I was 18, 19, 20 years old. It's, they're awesome movies. And then for them to have that storyline at this point in my life was just like, oh, come on, knocked it out of the park for me. So.
Yeah, and that's why I like a lot of Kevin Smith movies. Well, not a lot, all Kevin Smith movies, because they're always going to really touch somebody.
That is true.
That's
the one thing that I myself, Kevin Smith's movies, like I mentioned before, are always so well written. Always so well written. And the great thing is the characters are people that you legitimately care about. I mean, think about it. Dante Hicks, Randall Graves, Jay and Silent Bob, even Bartleby and Loki, and these are a pair of angels that rebelled. I mean, all of his characters are people.
Well, they're interesting.
Yes, that too.
And a lot of them are based off of people that he grew up with and like he hung around with in high school. And like literally Jason Mewes, when they were in high school together, like Kevin would always say, like, someone needs to put this dude in a movie. And when he finally got around to making his own movie, he was like, I'm going to put this dude in my movie. And then now look at him.
Didn't the execs try to say, oh, no way, this guy ain't going to be in a movie, blah, blah, blah. And Kevin Smith said, well, if he ain't in a movie, then you ain't getting a movie.
Well, they were doing that for, I believe, Mallrats. They wanted somebody else to play Jay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Kevin Smith went to bat for him, said, nope.
Yep.
It's me and him. We're a package deal. You get him. You don't cast him. You don't get me.
He did also tell Jason that, like, hey, you got to really up your game.
That too.
And Jason like really worked on learning his lines and everything, and like came prepared every day, and showed him that he was, able to do this stuff.
But let's also not forget that while Mallrats is an absolute cult classic today, it completely bombed at the box office. It was so just again looking at the the stuff from IMDb, the budget was only $6.1 million, but the box office only put in $2 million.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the great thing, because studios were willing to take risks back then and do stuff that was unconventional. That's why you get cult classics, and that's why movies, when they go to home video, they get legs.
Well, yeah, they just have you get the reviewers that say, okay, this was shit, and then no one goes to see the film. But after time, I'm sorry, but there is a massive following with the stoners, and
I'm not even a stoner. I love these movies.
Me too. Absolutely. I'm never in my life, but I will absolutely love these movies. The whole concept of the characters of Bluntman and Chronic just made me crack up during fly, fat ass, fly.
I know. What?
Bluntman and Chronic. Oh god, that reminded me so much of high school. Just some of the people I went to high school with. That was totally them right there.
Well, and hey, Nerd Lot, you and me, we probably both knew some stoners in high school. The crazy thing was, I was actually friends with them. They never offered. They never offered me any, but they were like, "Hey, Ambassador's a cool guy. He won't narc on us." I'm like, "Why would I narc on you? You're smoking weed. As far as I know, weed is actually a natural substance." Yeah, unfortunately, Robert Green, you had to bring that up. Thanks. That's the one thing about Kevin Smith, but thankfully he's been smart enough to distance himself from that scumbag. and keep his name clean, and keep his reputation also clean. So anyway,
yeah, and keep in mind that he who shall not be spoken of on here. This was also again close to 30 years ago, where I'm sure the reputation was not as prominent as it is today.
Potentially, possibly.
Yeah.
No,
there's no reason to apologize, man. This is just this is how it is.
It's Robert. It's okay, man. No harm, no offense taken or anything. It's an unfortunate fact. It's a fact, but it's an unfortunate fact. This is how the entertainment industry went. And for all we know, Smith may not have even known about Mr. That guy's shenanigans. Well, that's putting it polite. That's putting it mildly.
At the same time, have you noticed he's showing up to all court dates with a walker now? I find that kind of interesting.
Honestly, no. And
you know what they'll do.
Oh, he needs to get out. They tried releasing him because of COVID. That was a funny one.
Well, the one thing I will say about about Smith is, as you all mentioned, he wrote these characters based on people he knew in real life. And that's what good writers do. And Smith has been a consistently good writer. I mean, he's known for his dialogue and in some instances his action, because the guy knows how to set up a decent shot. And I would say he really showed that off at Dogma, because if you think about it, that is by far one of his more action-packed films. And a lot more heavy, effect-heavy films also, because you think about it.
That was easily one of his bigger budget films. That was his biggest.
I would say that was.
I think the movie nobody has mentioned yet is actually his biggest budget movie.
What's that?
Which is Cop Out.
I've actually never seen that one.
He did that?
You don't have to.
I thought it was
not particularly good.
Bad jokes, but it was all right. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, it's
good if you just want to sit back, relax, just chill. I had some funny moments. I had some good moments. Okay. Was it the best film? No, but it was good.
Well, as I've said before, and contrary to what other people have to say, art is subjective.
Yeah.
One person's masterpiece is another person's dumpster fire.
Yeah, see, I like some films. Yeah, see.
That also Kevin Smith, you can probably look for it somewhere, and hear him talk about Bruce Willis, and like Bruce Willis was not nice to Kevin on that set.
Well, Bruce Willis isn't known as necessarily being a nice guy on set, as far as I know, and considering it's Bruce Willis and it's Kevin Smith. One guy has had a very long and storied career. The other guy has had a fairly long career as well. It's been, I think, just as good. But again, that's me. What do I know? I'm one guy living in the ass end of Indiana.
Oh yeah. I'm glad Cop Out happened, because if Cop Out wouldn't have happened, we probably wouldn't have gotten like Tusk and Yoga Hosers. And I hate it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Nightmare. Oh god, that was like that Human Centipede. It was like, oh god, I can't.
If you have a very
strong stomach.
Yeah, if you don't have a strong stomach, do not.
Oh, I have a very strong stomach.
Yeah,
I mean, so am I. I mean, I watched Human Centipede, and that's much worse. But there's so much. I couldn't watch the second or the third. So after I seen what this movie was like, I was like, nope, I'm not doing this again. Nope, once was enough.
I mean, I have to have a strong stomach. I sat through The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
On here, I was going to say, I used to watch the Learning Channel when they had like the open heart surgeries and stuff. I'd sit there and eat my dinner watching that.
Yeah, Tusk is probably right up your alley then.
I did like Johnny
What is it
Depp.
even about? I'm intrigued. What exactly is the movie about?
Well,
I mean, that would kind of give it away.
Do you know what Human Centipede is about?
Human that has
I do know.
legs.
Yes, I know what the Human Centipede is, and I refuse to ever watch it because.
But instead of a human centipede, he turns him into a walrus. Hence, Tush.
Well, that's nice of them.
Okay, that's weird.
It is very weird.
So
Must have
it's
been from
like
San Francisco.
So wouldn't it be the human walrus?
Yeah.
Maybe they want done for copyright.
Well, I mean, if you call it the human
the title.
walrus, you're just giving away the movie.
Yeah, I will
True.
say this though: the design of the walrus was phenomenal. Like,
Oh yeah.
Human Centipede was just people sewed together. It didn't really look like a centipede, but walrus, you could not tell it was a guy. All you could tell, other than the face, that was the only way you could tell. The rest was like.
Yeah. By the way, it's Justin Long who stars in the movie.
Yeah.
that skinny little guy plays a human walrus.
Yeah, he's turned into one.
So, just getting back to things for a minute. After Mallrats came the lovely movie called Chasing Amy.
I love that movie.
Yes.
And a very unconventional love story.
Here's a question. How do you get from masterpiece like Dogma to Tusk?
You have Dropout in the middle where you have absolutely disliked what was going on with the studio and all these big name actors. So you go make a small indie film that is some kind of crazy story that you just wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Because it sounded fun.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
how
much.
that happens.
And so Miramax Films back in, Mallrats was what, 95, 96, somewhere along that line?
I think so, yeah. Because all my friends were talking about it in high school. That sounds about right.
Well, they were extremely disappointed with the box office sales of Mallrats, naturally. And so they said, you know what? If you can make a movie on, we'll give you $250,000. You can make a movie on that. Go for it. Knock yourself out. And that's how Chasing Amy came to be. He actually took $250,000, made that entire movie, and then in box office got back like 12 mil. So
something like that.
Made a pretty good profit off of that whole thing. And yes, it was definitely a very unconventional love story.
I mean, you had a straight guy and a lesbian woman who turned straight again.
Does anybody remember the Banky joke?
Your mother was a tracer.
No.
It was Jason Lee. Jason Lee played Banky.
Yeah.
And that is where the whole quote, "Look at this nappy looking motherfucker right here." That's when that all started. Looks like someone shit in their cereal. Bong.
And an old face I haven't seen in a while. Isaac the Film Geek. Isaac, good to see you, man. We're just talking Kevin Smith movies. So if that sounds cool to you, I have posted the link up in the chat if you want to pop in and join the conversation. The link's there. Use it. So, yeah, honestly, Chasing Amy is by far one of my. It's a very, as I said, it's a very unconventional love story, but the great thing about it is it's his longest movie. I think it's like 2.5 hours.
Something like that.
But it doesn't feel like it's 2.5 hours.
113 minutes.
I don't do minutes and
2
hours.
hours. Just under 2 hours.
2 hours? Okay, 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, I had to fit on VHS. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Back in the days, all films were 2 hours. You didn't have 3 hours or 4 hours.
Unless you were willing to put out the extra money for an extra cassette. Believe it or not, my mother still has.
Titanic and Pearl Harbor were 2 discs, or 2 cassettes. It was 2 tapes.
Yep.
The Stand.
The Stand.
Apocalypse Now redo.
Oh yeah. Let's see what else. All the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings were 2 tapes.
Yep.
Man.
See,
how far we've come.
Movie, I mean, you kind of knew what was going to happen, but not so much how it ended.
Yeah, with the ending of
yeah.
The thing I find interesting is how Banky tries to explain to him, there are 3 characters here. One of them is completely fictional.
Yes.
Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the man, I won't use the language he used, the man-hating lesbian. Which one of these 3 is not real?
No, there's $100 in the middle. Which one of them gets the $100?
Gets the $100. Yeah.
I think it's the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and
the man-hating lesbian.
I think it's a man-loving lesbian.
Oh, man-loving.
Right?
Yeah.
And he says none of them because none of them effing
exist. That's right. Yeah, I had that kind of turned.
However, in Mallrats, we did learn that the Easter Bunny was accosted earlier that day.
Yes. The Easter Bunny was accosted earlier today. We're having some concerns about security for the dating show.
Oh, look, it's a schooner. Ha ha ha, you dumb bastards. It's a sailboat. A schooner is a sailboat, stupid head. You know what? There is no Easter Bunny. That guy down there, that's just a guy in a suit.
Willem Black.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. Although, fun fact, the Willem Black in Mallrats is different from the Willem Black in Clerks, because the Willem Black in Clerks is actually also known as... Anybody?
What?
No. Snowball.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you come back here.
And I'm gonna have to go and binge watch a bunch of Kevin Smith movies. It's been a while since
that's part of the reason why I do these streams, is to get people to remember all the good movies that these directors have done and be like, hey, I need to go watch this person again, watch their stuff again. But, in terms of Chasing Amy, I have to say one of the most interesting conversations is the one where Holden and Amy are talking, or no, not Amy, Alyssa Jones. That was the girl's name. And they're sitting on the swings, and he's like, well, how exactly do women have intercourse? And she describes a whole bunch, and he's like, can you really stretch that far? And then she does this little maneuver.
Yep.
If you know what that means. He's like, maybe not as exaggerated as I'm doing, but he's like, oh?
Also,
yeah, Amir, go ahead.
You just reminded me of a really bad scene.
Okay. Describe it, please.
Remember in the original Clerks, where the girl that played Caitlin Bree ended up sleeping with the dead guy in the bathroom? And so they have the dead guy lying on the stretcher, and he's still got a boner after the
Well, and the funny thing is, the coroner is like, a body can maintain an erection hours after expiration.
And then everyone walks out. That was just some amazing sex. You didn't do anything. You just did nothing the whole time. It was great. I've been out here the whole time.
So who the hell assaulted Caitlin?
I love that shit.
I wonder if that scene was an homage. There was a couple of movies back in the day. I don't know if you remember him, but Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember Weekend at Bernie's. It's been a
Or
long
that
time
what
since I've
lady
seen
did
it.
that whole funny dance after sleeping with him.
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh man,
Well,
yeah.
you know, the weird thing is, in practically every single one of Kevin Smith's movies, there's some very bizarre sexual escapade that takes place.
Well,
Let's see, in Clerks, it was Caitlin sleeping with the old dead guy in the bathroom.
Yep.
In
Isn't that what teen movies are just about, though? You know, you just get high, you just eat nachos, you just
and sleeping with corpses in the convenience store bathroom? What?
Well, it's
how
really
good the weed
cool
was.
how it's really cool how Smith can like ride that line. Of,
Yes.
you know, being completely, you know, I guess vulgar, you know, raunchy, and
But funny.
still having that dramatic see through the whole movie.
Yeah.
That it really fills it out. And
yeah,
you know, if it was just the raunchy and over the line type of stuff, you know, yeah, whatever, you know, we probably wouldn't be talking about it right now. But it does have that
If it was
dramatic
raunchy and
through line.
over the top, it'd be like, okay, Rodney Dangerfield just did this not that long ago, so why are we watching somebody else do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he fills his stories with interesting characters.
Yes.
Exactly.
However, I'm not going to ignore the fact that Kevin Smith did a part where, you know, a lady slept with a dead guy in a bathroom, and then several years later, George Carlin said that the best part of necrophilia is that you don't have to bring flowers.
Hey, George just, you know, calls it like he sees it.
You put them back in the grave.
Yes, he did.
Then you have to be respectful.
George.
Here's some flowers. Thank you for your time. It's payment.
Man, you know, okay, I'm just gonna make this comment real off the cuff, so please nobody take it too personally. But I wish George Carlin was still alive, because think about what he could say about the current social and political climate. He would absolutely eviscerate everyone.
Absolutely. You know, just cut through all the
it would be.
bullshit.
Yes,
It's a
it would be
small
brilliant.
club. It's a small club, and we ain't in it.
Exactly.
Oh man! But getting back on topic.
I mean it's a good segue into Dogma.
Yeah, because honestly,
Carlin's-
guys,
yeah.
we can always come back to some of the other movies at any point if we want to. Yes, Dogma. You've got George Carlin as Cardinal Glick.
Oh, yeah.
Cardinal Glick. And here's the crazy thing for those of you who are not aware, and for those of you who are, George Carlin was raised Catholic.
Devout Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
The same as Kevin Smith.
Yep.
So you've got two devout Catholics, one who walked away from the church, that being George Carlin, and one who was still fairly involved with the church that was kind of taking a few pot shots at him. But he he actually was really funny. And can I just say, Chris Rock as Rufus, the Black Apostle of Christ, was one of the
Still owes me
greatest
$2.
characters. Know him. People owes me $2.
Still owes me $10.
Christ.
But
Was it
still,
$10?
Christ.
What an
Yeah, it was $10.
all-star cast in that
Oh my
movie.
gosh.
Oh gosh.
But
Okay.
wasn't Carlin's name in Bill and Ted? Wasn't his name Rufus in those movies?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes,
never
it
made that
was.
connection. It was.
Yes, it was. Actually, that was one of George Carlin's first movie roles. Was he played Rufus in Bill and Ted and Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey both.
Yeah,
Yep.
because before that he was Mr. Conductor on Shining Time Station.
Yes, he was.
That's right. He was on that, wasn't he? But yeah, you want to talk about an all-star cast for Dogma. Ben Affleck,
Matt Damon,
Linda
Fiorentino.
Hubba, hubba, hubba. I was actually going to do a review of Men in Black last Saturday, but that stream got completely and utterly derailed. So
And
I'm eventually
Salma
Selma
Hayek.
Hayek, of
Alan
course,
Rickman.
Jason, Alan Rinkman, Chris Rock,
Mm-hmm.
And then you had one of the hottest.
Alanis
one of the hottest
Morissette
singers
as the Divine One himself.
Who was like at the top of the charts at the top of her career at the time.
Yeah. And didn't
This
she
is
do
only a year or two out from Jagged Little Pill? Absolutely.
Yeah, and didn't she do a song? Didn't she actually have a song playing in the end credits for Dogma?
Absolutely.
I think.
The end song at the end of the movie. I think that was. I can't remember the name of the song, but
Janine Garofalo was in this movie in the front. The beginning.
Right, she was. Yeah, she played. Clinton Ferrantino's character's best friend.
Yes.
What was the name of her character? Was it Bethany or something?
Yeah, Bethany Sloan was the name.
Yeah. And let's see who else was in this. I think that's everybody. Oh no, Jason Lee as Azrael.
Yes.
Jason Lee was Azrael, the demon.
The holy bartender.
How do you make a holy bartender? With a newsie, of course. Or no, that was a Mac 10, not a newsie. Wasn't it? I'm trying to remember.
Pretty sure it's a Mac 10.
I think you're right. I think it was a Mac 10. But anyway, yes, this by far, and of course, one of the funniest concepts ever created for a film.
What, the angels can't imbibe alcohol?
No. What is it? It's a shit. What is it? It's a shit demon.
Oh, yeah. Golgothan.
The Golgotha. Golgothan.
How did you not do this? Knock strong odors out. Oh. God.
Bethany, you are the Bethany Sloan. You are the great grannies of Jesus Christ. What?
I mean, what incredibly smart dialogue for a movie.
Oh my gosh.
The snide comments that were just in everything.
I know. I love it. I love it.
What are you going to do with that fish? You know?
Oh, man. And he turns her baseball bat into a fish.
Yeah.
Sit down and shut up.
Hey, do you like Mexican? Dos tequilas, por favor. And an extra glass.
And an extra glass. And of course, Bartleby and Loki are singing in an airport in Wisconsin. He's like, what you don't know is that woman just got back from a business conference and she cheated on her boyfriend.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
Twice.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of my all-time favorite scenes from any Kevin Smith movie. The conference room scene.
You are all idolaters. It's like, I do believe in this? What does that mean? You know?
What does that even mean?
And now you're an innocent soul. You're
a good person.
Yeah.
But you didn't say bless you
God bless you when I sneezed.
When I sneezed. Bartleby. Or was it Bartleby?
Yeah.
No, it was Loki. It was Loki.
Yeah.
Loki?
Oh,
and now we have a character that we equally love named Loki from Marvel.
Of course.
Yeah.
Played by an equally lovable
lovable
character named Tom Hiddleston.
He puts the piece of paper in his hand. Like, what about this? I want to hit him. Like, a killing spree. He's not going to get back in God's good graces. Oh, God.
But what better way to repent than to take up the role that I rejected?
Well, and
the whole
seemed
concept,
logical at the time.
And the whole concept of Dogma. Two angels want to get back into heaven. And then they have to and then God, the voice of God, God himself or herself. God, I'm supposed to say himself because that's the way I was raised. No offense to anyone who thinks otherwise. God himself gets knocked the F out playing skee ball and ends up in a coma on life support. Can you think of anything more absurd?
Yes. The way I figured, we got 2 minutes left to live. You said you'd fuck me.
No one is going to fuck anybody. And since I have decided not to follow you guys and go back, and I'm going back to my home. Thank you very much for everything, and goodbye. Wait a minute. You just can't leave us. I fell in love with you. We fell in love with you. You guys like us don't just drop out of the sky every day. Beautiful
naked big-titted women just don't fall out of the sky,
do they?
Oh
gosh.
And that is why Kevin Smith is legendary.
Yes.
So what if there was 2 minutes left to live? To live, would you fuck us then? In that highly unlikely scenario? Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
She's the slut.
God. Sneeches.
It's like good luck getting fucked now.
We're all screwed now. Okay, all right. I don't know if you all are aware of this. There was actually a graphic comic or graphic novel called Chasing Dogma that actually is a fill-in between Chasing Amy and Dogma, and it has Jay and Silent Bob in it. And I actually read it. I wish I had bought a copy because damn, it was funny as hell. Because it literally
how
ends.
They end up in Sherman, Illinois.
Right? Yeah.
We felt we could be the
blunt connection
in Sherman, Illinois. So we collected some money, some people from people that owed us some. Got us a couple of bus tickets and a hightail. And you know what we found out? There is no Sherman in fucking Illinois.
That's right.
I know.
What's that guy that makes the movies? Robert Hughes?
Chris Hughes.
John Hughes. Sorry.
John Hughes. There we go. Yeah.
Some fuck named John Hughes. 16 Candles John Hughes? Yeah, you know that guy? That fucking guy.
Yeah. That is another director spotlight I'm going to need to do at some point.
Oh.
What's happening?
Ambassador, that book is on Amazon, actually. I just looked it up.
Oh, Chasing Dogma, is it? How much is it?
Let's see here. Okay. 12 used from $642, 6 new from $41.96, 1 collectible from $36.01. They also have Clerks, the comic books, and Tales from the Clerks, and Jay and Silent Bob comic 404.
Nice. Sci-Fi, thank you for looking that. Thank you for looking that up, man. I appreciate it. Really.
Oh, no problem. Not a problem.
But yeah, and that's the crazy thing about this movie, because it has such emotional highs, and at the same time, the humor is equally balanced.
Yes, and even today, it holds. It totally stands that test of time. I honestly think that Dogma is, but quite possibly, his best work in the comedy department, especially.
Yeah.
I cannot say I disagree with that.
That's the one I remember him for. Is Dogma. That's one of the first that I've seen, even before Jay and Silent Bob, even before I heard of any of the others. I mean, the others they were good, but I found they were more like teen movies, and it was around about the 90s, and we were getting tons of teen movies like Dude, Where's My Car? And all that stuff.
I love that movie.
And, it was just, it felt so repetitive. Eventually it became a bit of a cliche. But Dogma, there's only one Dogma. I've never heard of it.
It was just something totally different.
Yeah.
Well, because think about
Can you imagine if it was made today? It probably wouldn't get made today.
Oh, I mean, no way in hell.
No, you're right. With all of the, with all the excoriation that's being done against religion nowadays, there's no way it would ever be filmed like that.
No.
But again, the whole thing with Kevin Smith movies is that he fills his cast with interesting people.
Yeah, because there is literally somebody for everybody in this movie.
Yep.
You can connect with Bethany. You can connect with Jay and Silent Bob. You can connect with Bartleby and Loki. You can connect with Cardinal Blake. You can connect with Rufus. You can even and I please, dear Lord, do not take this as offense because it's not meant as such. You can even kind of connect with God.
I connected with Osriel because there is no sweet sin better than Central Air.
Oh
yes,
man! And can I say it? I think honestly, Jason Lee is a really underrated.
Oh, he
actor.
is absolutely.
Yeah, what's he been up to? Like, I haven't really heard
aside
much
from like
from
My
him.
Name Is Earl.
The
he
last
was in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah,
Was he in My Name Is Earl? What character did he play in that?
He played Earl.
Earl.
Oh, Earl.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
played the
love
main
that
guy.
show. Okay, now I
I
just
did-
never knew
yeah.
that was his name.
Yeah, Jason Lee.
Yep.
He's sometimes confused with Ryan Reynolds because they do bear somewhat of a resemblance to each other.
And even the voices can be somewhat similar. The only thing
just
that's
a little.
really different about him is basically I think Jason Lee's a bit more whiny. And Ryan Reynolds has a bit more sarcasm.
yeah.
I think you're right.
I really enjoy My Name Is Earl, so I kind of got that that like
I did too,
like Southern slang stuck in my head when it comes to
like-
Jason Lee. So when I hear him in like a Kevin Smith movie, I'm like, wait, what? Who?
I like that a lot better than his Chipmunks movies. I hate him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
that's what he's been doing. Those silly things.
Well, he hasn't done. There hasn't been one of those in a while. I think they only did 3 and then they stopped. I
Good.
think.
Well,
No, I think they done the fourth one. as
Let me
well.
look it up.
Did they do a 4th one?
I think they did.
Probably.
They might have. They might have. But Dogma is. And it has such a great ending because who saves the day? God.
Uh-huh. So as his recent stuff, he is in a movie called We Bare Bears. The movie.
The We Bare Bears movie.
Yes.
Yeah, he does a voice on the show too.
He
doesn't
plays Charlie.
I've heard of the show, but I've never watched it.
My kids like
he
it.
was
It's
also
good.
in the Lego The Incredibles game.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because he played the villain in the first.
Yeah, I
Incredibles.
forgot what his name was. Ardak or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely did 4.
Oh no, Syndrome. That was his name.
Yeah.
That's right. He did. Wait a minute. Was that Jason Lee or was that Ryan Reynolds who did Syndrome?
Oh, that was definitely Jason Lee.
Yeah.
Was it Jason Lee? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's been a while since I watched Incredibles, but I love that movie. We have the second one on Blu-ray. I've never gotten around to watching it, but I really want to.
Yeah, me neither.
'Cause I loved Incredibles. I did. The movie.
The
was
second
awesome.
one's decent. It's definitely when it comes to most of those Pixar's, nothing's really going to ever stand up to the original ones.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Jack
that's true.
in the second one is super fun.
Yeah.
Of course. But
I prefer Pixar back before Disney bought them because the latest stuff is it's either sequels or reboots or ones that
I kind of
never
miss.
hear about.
I really enjoyed Soul. I know it gets a little bit of hate for being a little bit too adult and stuff, but like my kids didn't even watch it. Me and the missus, we enjoyed it quite a bit.
I've not even seen it. I thought it looked alright.
Well, it's a lot like Inside Out. If you like Inside Out, which
You'll like
that's
Soul.
my favorite Pixar movie.
I tried to watch that. I think I got as far as the pink elephant, and then I was like, fell asleep. I was like, oh, it's over.
Well,
Yeah, it deals with a lot of emotional stuff, So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of emotion, that's something that Kevin Smith really does handle well because we've kind of mentioned that on several of his movies, but this one really hits home because one of Bethany's opening scenes, she's working at a
Abortion clinic.
she's working at an abortion clinic, and And she's trying to talk this one girl out of doing it, and she's like, do yourself a favor. Get the birth control. Because all the weight goes to your breasts, goes to your chest, and makes you a goddess in the eyes of your boyfriend.
There you go.
But she gives that really heart wrenching. She gives that really heart wrenching. It's actually a deleted scene, if I remember correctly, where she actually talks about when she had one, and her I think it was her boyfriend or her husband ended up leaving her because she had a botched abortion, and it rendered her infertile. Unable to. So her husband ended up leaving her. I'm like, you jackwagon! What an asshole!
Oh, that stuff happens on the daily.
But yeah, I can imagine. But
like we've been saying that.
Because you can't have any more kids. So unless she got healed at the end.
Because she did get healed at the end because
that's true.
I can remember that. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Alanis Moore said.
I mean, and that was kind of personal for us. Where my wife and I, we can't have kids, and so
exactly
we adopted.
Yeah,
we have a 12-year-old, or who's about to turn 13. And as moody as a teen has ever been suspected of being.
And good morning and good evening, Miss Yvette. Good to see you as always, and thank you for popping in. I appreciate it, and hope when you catch us on the replay, hope you enjoy it. Just talking about as the thing said, Kevin Smith. But that's
one of my favorite scenes was Loki, because he was one of my favorite. Between the two angels, Loki was my favorite, and I just loved how he would mess with the clergy. And that one scene,
you always got to keep them on their toes.
Yeah. And that one scene with Betty Aberlin, who plays the nun. So let me get this straight. You don't believe in God because of Alice in Wonderland?
No. Through the looking glass.
The poem, the walrus and the carpenter. Well, it's obviously an indictment of organized religion. Can't you see? The walrus is the girth and good nature, obviously represents either Buddha or his tusk, which is the Hindu elephant, Lord Ganesh. And then you've got the carpenter, which is obviously about Jesus, the carpenter, and all about the bringing religions together. Now the clams are the followers, and you can either follow them to your doom, and it just tells you about organized religion, how it destroys. We are by inhibiting our actions, inhibiting our decisions.
Wow. I never seen it like that before. Yeah. What have I been doing with my life?
It's like, see that money? Take that money, go have yourself. And she just
go get a makeover, go get a nice dress, and find some
woman that you can connect with, because that's all that life is. A series of connections. Yeah. Why don't you seize yours?
A series of moments.
Figure who shakes that finger at us 1,000 years ago. Don't do it, or I'll smack you.
Don't do it, I'll effing spank you.
Yes, effing. I'll fork and spank you.
And that's
my favorite scene from that movie was the scene where the Metatron transports everybody to the restaurant table, and Jay's like, I think this shit just kicked in.
I know. Well, they're in the really fancy restaurant, and he's like, well,
the apostle.
And the fact, okay, Selma Hayek is Persephone, who was a muse, inspiration,
serendipity.
That's what I said, serendipity. Or did I say Persephone?
You said Persephone.
Yeah.
Did I say Persephone? Okay, I meant serendipity.
Persephone is why the seasons happen. Serendipity is I can come up with 1,000 ideas a minute. Can't keep any for myself.
And she's like, I want to go into dance. But dance, the moment you're done, it's over.
Yep.
She's like, that wacky sense of humor, and Bethany's like, you're saying God's a woman. Was there ever any doubt?
Or at the very end where she goes and touches Loki's face, like, the muse? It's like, oh man, I haven't seen forever. Hey, look at the tits, can I?
Okay, my favorite scene is when Rufus lands. No, my favorite scene is where Rufus lands. My favorite line is when Jay says, "Tell me something no one else knows."
You masturbate more than anyone on the planet.
Dude, do you mind if I actually get? Dude,
when you're doing it, you're thinking about guys.
You stole his thunder, man.
So, and then when the Metatron's talking about to Bethany, so what's he like? God, lonely, funny. He's got a great sense of humor. Take sex for example. There's nothing funnier than the ridiculous faces you people make
coitus.
Sex is a joke in heaven. The way I understand it.
Here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, one of the most emotionally touching moments when Metatron is talking to Bethany. They're at the lake, and she's like uber pissed. She's like, "I didn't ask for any of this. Why don't you speak to me?" And he's like, "He can't talk to you." He's like, "Imagine being the father of the son, and you can't speak to your son because the moment you do, your voice will literally destroy your son's fragile human body." I was the one that had to tell him everything that was going to happen to him. The loss, the betrayal, the death, the pain, all of it. Because God couldn't. That right there, I think, is one.
It's too big. Like, that's what Jesus said.
But yeah.
It's not fair.
And that's why God invented sign language.
No, that's why God has somebody speak for him. Yeah, it works.
It's so much simpler. Cut out the middleman.
This is true.
That's it. The Metatron is the universal translator of the angels.
Pretty much.
Star Trek movement.
It's okay.
What if he messes up and says it wrong? You know, like Chinese whispers. Or he says you're going to fry. Die. You know?
Well, here's the thing. It's God and it's an angel. Angels are an extension of God's will. They are perfect. So therefore, because God is perfect, the angel can never get it wrong because God is perfect. God makes no mistakes. But unfortunately, God can't get knocked out by some hockey punks playing skee ball.
So
God is infallible.
So Lucifer and all the fallen angels are perfect?
They serve a purpose. And you know, I just want to point out something. You are a man. Therefore, what God said was perfect. What you heard, maybe you got shit hearing.
That's possible too.
Sorry, brother. It's all how it works.
All right. Do we want to move on to Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? Or is there anything else about Dogma we want to talk about?
Let's just be honest. When you hit Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, it's a good, like, funny. It's cheesy as hell.
Oh, come on! What's better than Silent Bob going to stop a movie?
It has three of the greatest cameos ever.
So many cameos.
Before we go on, I will say this about Dogma. I can't wait to die Because what do the dead do with most of the time? They
Watch the living.
Especially in
Mostly in
the
the shower. Why am I not surprised? Okay.
You're
All right.
a pervert.
Jay and Silent Bob has 3 of the greatest cameos in film ever.
I'm going
George
online.
Carlin, the late, great,
Oh, God.
may she rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, and the other geek god, or the other king of geeks, no, the emperor of geeks, Mark effing Hamill as
true.
Cockknocker.
Cockknocker.
Oh, I forgot he was in that. Oh,
And I love the fact that the moment he comes on screen, not only does he do the Joker laugh, but it goes completely overboard and says, "Hey kids, look, it's Mark Hamill." And I remember going to see that movie in theaters, and I was like, "It's Luke Skywalker.
Yep.
It's the voice of the Joker. My life has meaning again." I teared up almost as much when he appeared on that on screen as when he appeared in the season finale of the season 2 finale of Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
I literally shed a few tears of geeker joy, and I was unashamed because it was Mark Hamill, and I was like, when they saw when the station wagon pulled up, and every time the station wagon pulls up alongside the road, I'm like, it's Carrie. It's Carrie in a good movie and not some piece of crap directed by Rian Johnson.
So on another note here, while the ambassador is saying they're oozing over there on the top left, I don't want you to forget that George Carlin also played a guy who blew truckers on his way to where he was going.
Yes, he plays a bum.
It was so great. He's like, do this. You're like, you know what you're doing.
If I have to take a shot in them, I cannot believe I'm going to say this line of dialogue.
Sure,
but I will
I'll
say
take
this
a
line of
shot in
dialogue.
the mouth. What the fuck's going on over there?
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo. Hello?
Steal my quote again, and I will boot you from this stream.
Silence! I boot you.
Yeah, silence! I boot you.
Okay. I love you. Always have.
Shut up.
So there's just a lot of great, like, quick cameos in this movie.
I know, right? I mean, you've got Ben Affleck returning as Holden McNeil. You've got Banky returning as, you got Jason Lee returning as Banky, and who's the other guy?
His name from the Mallrats?
I don't remember.
The main character in Mallrats?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in this.
Yeah.
Just going back to what Ambassador was saying, with the 3 cameos. Okay, George Carlin, obviously. But then you have Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, who were in Star Wars, and the movie is called Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I mean, come on. What?
Right.
You can't make it any more ironic.
Can we just say, and there's kind of a reason why I picked Kevin Smith for this month, because he's done a lot of references to Star Wars in all his movies. I mean, literally. I mean, you have the bong saber, you have the double-bladed bong saber. This movie's gonna make more money than House Party 2 or House Party 3. And of course, there's another cameo, Chris Rock.
Yep, it's in there.
Also, Will Ferrell's in there.
That's right, and Judd Nelson was in this too.
Yep.
Holy shnikes, there's a lot of cameos in this movie. We're gonna go back to the station, cornhole us a drunk. I'm like,
Shannon Elizabeth.
Yes, Shannon Elizabeth, who plays
Jason Lee's character was named Brody from Mallrats.
Yes, Brody. That's right. Yeah, because he owned the comic book store.
Brody's Comics.
Yeah.
Yes, Brody's Comics. And he was actually holding an issue of Cable I used to own. I'm like,
yeah,
I have that comic, or I did. He, of course, a great little callback. He's like, say, would you like a chocolate covered pretzel?
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that he shit palms Yondu Udanta, Michael Rooker.
Yeah.
Because Michael Rooker played Shannon Doherty's father in Mallrats. Now, there was a deep cut.
No, that wasn't. It was the other dude's girlfriend. What was her name? Brandy Svenning.
Yeah, Brandy's.
Oh, that's right. Claire Filani. Claire Filani
yes,
played.
That's her name.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Okay, I had fictional fathers and daughters mixed up. My bad.
So I'm looking at the cast for Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah, it's huge.
Remember, Matt Damon reprised his role as Will Hunting.
That's right. Good Will Hunting too.
Yep.
Hunting season.
Yep.
And
Sean
action.
William Scott was in there as a friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
He. Stupid now, you dirty sheep fucker.
Yep. Jon Stewart was in there.
Yeah.
The
Click.
Tracy Gooden.
I'm going to hell.
Who played like the actors that were going to play Blunt Man and Chronic?
James Vanderbeek.
Jason Biggs and Jason Biggs and James Vanderbeek.
Yep.
I was American Pie. I'm the pie fucker.
Yeah.
Really the pie. Oh, what's his face from Drew Carey's show? Oh, damn it. He played one of the security guards.
Deirdre something.
Yeah, Diedrich Bader. That was his name, I think. Yeah, Diedrich Bader was he played one of Drew Carey's best friends on the Drew Carey show. I miss that show. That show was actually really funny.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that show. They used to have a pop-up version of that show.
I know what you're talking about.
Remember it? Yeah, and I love that version of it. It was so great.
So, Ambassador, do you want to have a nice creamy moment, if you will? Mark Hamill also did the voice of Scooby-Doo in the movie.
Oh, in the movie.
They get stoned in the back.
When they get stoned. Hi, Jay, Silent Bob.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it kind of introduced the whole concept of sexy Velma and sexy Daphne.
That's right.
That's why, not to completely change subject anyway. Well, it is basically on subject, but the Masters of the Universe Revelation coming out.
Yeah,
Kevin Smith wrote it, produced it.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to hear Mark Hamill doing Skeletor.
Oh, absolutely.
What?
I'm there.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I suddenly have new hope for this movie.
Mark Evan
It's a series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the series. Oh, I thought there was a movie coming out too.
There is a movie. This is a 5-episode animated series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rumors going on about that. I'm not sure about it.
Here's an idea, John. Instead of listening to the rumors, go actually watch the effing show. Quit listening to all the naysayers online and actually go watch the show and make up your own damn mind. You have a mind, use it.
Yeah, but once you watch it, you give them the money, so you can't take the money back. It's not like, I don't like the show, give me my money back.
Well, here's a brilliant idea. Make up your own damn mind. Listening to all the blockheads and the fandom nuisance. Yes, I know you're part of the fandom nuisance. I am aware of this. But quit listening to all the...
But what if it's true? Most of the time it's true, what they say.
Well, it's on Netflix, so really he already has his money.
Oh, there you go. And if you pay for Netflix, then you're not out any money anyhow because you already watched.
Exactly. Don't you have Netflix already, John?
I do, yes.
Time to drop it.
Okay, then. Go watch the damn thing. What you got to lose? Nothing.
Valuable time.
Oh yeah, but anyways, back to Jay and Silent Bob.
Did
Strike
anyone
Back.
know
A
that
lot
Wes
of people
Craven was in Jay and
We're
Silent
not
Bob
arguing about
reboot?
anything, really.
Yeah,
We're talking Kevin Smith,
I
honey.
forget what part he was in.
Kevin Smith's doing an updated animated version of Masters of the Universe.
Yep.
He's actually
Yeah, exactly.
continuing the old.
See, John, even Mammoth Master says you should go
Masters of
watch
the
Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah, I loved that movie. It was cheesy as hell, but I loved it.
No, I'm talking about the cartoon, you blockhead. You blockhead,
Oh,
Scotsman.
I love the He-Man and Masters of the Universe, the classic one, the good one.
Well, go try this one out too.
July 23rd.
But will it have He-Man in it? Will he be
Yes.
the main star? Will it be a so why is it not
Here's
called
a
He-Man?
brilliant
and Masters of the
idea.
Universe?
Go check it out.
The cartoon was called
a presumptive
Masters-
prick.
Because the cartoon was called He-Man and the Masters of the
Masters of
Universe,
the
and
Universe.
it's basically comes down to the line of who owns, the rights to a particular term.
Yeah,
Speaking
exactly.
of
So
which, He-Man figures are now available at Walmart. They're
Yeah,
redoing,
yeah.
they're
Get my
redoing the
son to
original
get
one.
on it.
I've seen those figures. They make me miss the old He-Man figures.
actually,
Yeah,
they
the-
look as
the
good
ones
as the
from
old
the
He-Man
old
figures. What are you
ones.
talking
Yeah.
about?
They literally look exactly like
no,
They
no,
look
you-
exactly the same, John.
literally.
Oh, I think we just got burned by a mirror, and it's glorious.
Actually, I was getting a drink, but I forgot it was still there.
I don't care, dude. It's awesome.
That's a joke that never gets old.
Donkey. Actually, I think I can do it better than you, John.
You are donkey.
I'll do, Donkey. I'll do.
Well, you are being kind of an ass right now.
Oh!
I'm just getting up and
Okay.
you're making me on.
Who can do the quote of
I did tell you before we started, before you
Jay
invited me
and
on. I
Silent
didn't like his
Bob.
new stuff.
who can do the quote
Which
of
one?
Jay and Silent Bob responding to the internet trolls?
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I can try, but I will try to. I will. Oh boy. Okay. Father, forgive me for what I'm about to say. Please take no offense. First, we're going to track down all those mother effers and make them eat our shit. And then we're going to make the other mother effers eat shit out their shit and they shit out the shit that they ate. And then we're going to then we're coming all after all the mother effers too. Or something to that effect.
Something like that.
Yeah. Great. Absolutely great. They're sitting there.
And then the reporter.
They're at the thing and they're just like there's kids behind them and stuff and like the parents are like putting their hands over kids' heads and stuff.
Okay, and all right. One of my other favorite quotes when the three girls walk in, unconceivable, unbelievable. And Jay goes, I think I just spilled the cup. And so did half the men in this, and so did half the men in the theater, and maybe some of the women too.
On that particular scene, when Shannon Elizabeth first walked into the movies, in the theater it was played by Prince of the New Power Generation's The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. But then on the DVD version is Bon Jovi's Bad Medicine.
Actually, in the theatrical version that I saw, it was Bad Medicine.
Really? No, for me, it was not so much.
Yeah, it was. It was Bad Medicine where I was at. So maybe there was different cuts for different areas.
Must have been.
I wonder if that's a Mandela effect.
No idea.
Or
I don't even know what that means, but okay.
Or it could have been a
You never
licensing
heard of
thing
Mandela?
for wherever the movie was released at, too.
Yeah, sci-fi, you might be right.
However, the song at the end. Anyone remember?
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Jungle Love.
No, well, yes, but after that, when the credits start rolling.
I don't
Because
remember.
I got high.
Afro Man.
Afro Man.
This is my missus's favorite song.
Because I got high. Because I got high. You know what I have to do after this stream is over? We have to just switch it off of YouTube, go over to Twitch and Facebook, and we have to do a Jay and Silent Bob karaoke. And just do all the songs. Do a Kevin Smith karaoke. And look up all the songs from all his movies and sing them. Oh, that'd be hysterical.
Make love to you, but then I got high.
Huh?
I ain't saying the rest of that one.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, and the premise of the whole movie. They're like, we don't want people. We're like, we got reputations to uphold. We've got good reputations to uphold. And Holden's like, I don't know how good your reputations actually are. And he's like, a Jay and Silent, as I said earlier in the stream, a Jay and Silent Bob movie. Who the hell would watch that? And then Kevin Smith makes the wall break and goes, actually, I think
this movie was incredibly important for another reason. I don't know if anybody that remembers this, but there was a scene after the heist where, after all the diamonds, that Eliza Dushku they all ordered, pizza, and then Eliza Dushku slept with the pizza dude. She gave hope to fat dudes everywhere. For all of those who wanted a piece of hot, thick Sicilian, there you go. There was hope.
Of course, for all we know, she could have been like the Famke Jensen's character in GoldenEye and killed the guy in the course of.
Hey man, Black Widow, she Mason, she kills. But what a way to go!
Hey, they say if you're gonna go doing something that makes you happy.
That's true too.
There you go.
And of course, Will Ferrell's character. For heaven's sakes, he was some sort of fire marshal, not fire marshal.
A federal wildlife marshal.
Yeah,
federal wildlife marshal. Okay, and can we talk about the orangutan?
God.
This is Justice's monkey.
Yep.
Wasn't it? Was it actually Clyde? I think I had heard rumors.
No,
like
because
that.
I think Clyde. I would imagine Clyde would be. Well, no, because orangutans could live to be really old.
Yeah.
No, but I think it bears a very strong resemblance to Clyde. And to those of you who are going, who the hell is Clyde and why should we care? Clyde was an orangutan that starred in two fairly cult classic films of Clint Eastwood called Every Which Way You Can. No, Every Which Way You Can and Every Which Way But Loose. Clyde, right turn. Bam!
Right. Yeah.
And Morris Day did show up at the end of the movie.
Oh my God. Morris Day and the Time.
That's right, man. Jungle Love.
You only owe me, my jungle love.
I think I gotta know you. Yeah, what? And because of that movie, I actually still have that song on my MP3 player in the car.
Oh, that song is so good.
Yeah, try to see.
I'm trying to watch Clash of the Titans, and Jay's out there screaming about Morris Day and the Time at the top of his lungs. Okay, here's another good quote from Jay and Silent Bob. So, how was the service? What service?
Oh yeah,
the service at the Universalist Unitarian Church, where you all got married dressed up as stormtroopers. And Jay said, "You were the bitch, and you were the butch."
I'm the bitch. Well,
if we were gay, that's how I would see it. Ha! I got it out before you did. That's what she said.
Oh God, no! It's just because you're lagging.
Oh man, I am so glad I picked this topic for tonight. Okay, well, any other thoughts on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back before we move on to Clerks 2?
I was just taking a look. I'm doing a little research, seeing if the the orangutan.
Mir, you are officially the ambassadorial wing researcher.
I usually do that. Yeah.
Congratulations. You are so good at that. So congratulations. I dub thee Mir the gravitationally adept, the official ambassadorial wing researcher and historian. And let's see. Let's give you a good quote.
Why, thank you.
Let's give you a good. Let's give you a good clip. This will be a good clip.
If you go to Troy, glory will be yours. The world will remember your name.
Achilles!
Get up, Prince of Troy.
They had glasses in Troy? That's amazing.
No, that's Reface app. That's me.
I know.
That's me as Achilles.
I know.
I know you know.
Yes,
right.
I guess we should move on to
Clerks 2.
Clerks 2 and start talking about Kinky Kelly and the sexy stud.
Stud.
Oh,
See,
God.
and now is where you should have done the joke.
Which joke?
Mirror.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Here we go. There it is.
Kelly can be a boy's name too. No, it can't. Oh my gosh!
I
know
love
we've talked about
when J-pop. They're in the middle of having that the meaningful conversation, and then all of a sudden it's like J-pop's out. He's like, "Oh my God, you got to get in here!" Like, just about to cornhole that ass with his wiener. And then she's like, taps his chest. He's like, "Excuse me." Runs inside.
Okay. I have to say, one of my all-time favorite characters from any of Kevin Smith's movies, Elias.
Oh God! I'm sorry, Jesus.
Elias got stoned and drunk and, well, violated himself.
Why he jacked off in front of a dude cornhole and a donkey?
No, that's you know what's even.
And he apologized to Jesus. Oh God! No, Elias was hilarious. I love
Elias
he was great.
Hey, would you be interested in sponsor or having a moderator for the Ultimate Transformers GoBot Voltron website? Hey, everybody!
I can't really say too much. I kind of love my Transformers too.
Yes, who doesn't love Transformers? Well, I talked with my parents, and since God made man and man made Transformers, it's not really that biased.
Oh God!
And of course, we already brought up the Lord of the Rings versus the original Star Wars trilogy conversation. That's so funny. So he's like, "Hey, where's our mop and bucket? Why do you need a mop and bucket?" Because I burned a Lord of the Rings geek so hard he actually threw up in our dining room.
It's true.
One ring to rule them all, and you wonder why no chick will let you stick your cock in them.
That's right.
I could say something here in relation to myself, but I will not have respect for my wife, whom I love.
Yeah, I got 3 kids. I got proof that they will.
Because guess what? Girls can be just as much a geek as a dude can.
This is true.
Yep.
Geek is no longer bound by gender. Geek is now binary. Did I trigger you yet, John?
No.
I was just going to say my daughter cosplays. So
before the like Star Wars and Avengers.
I know, John. I'm just poking a little fun at you, man.
The nerd who was in who whipped out their preciouses.
Mm-hmm.
That was Kevin Weissman, who also starred in Alias.
Really?
Yep.
I never really watched Alias.
He portrayed, I think it was Marshall Flakeman. I think that was his name.
Interesting.
Ellis is pretty decent. It's one of JJ's early runs.
Yeah, Alias. Yeah, that was one of JJ's babies, which actually turned out to, was pretty good. And then went to shit.
Back when he was good, yeah. Back in the days of
All right, I'm going to
Before
say
he's
this.
lost
JJ has
his
always
movie.
been good. He's
never been
attached
able to
himself to a
finish.
So amazingly,
That's what she said.
Clerks 2 only brought in $27 million at the box office.
Oh yeah.
But it also, the budget on it was $5 million. So I mean, they made some good cash.
They made money. Well, I imagine
also-
home video sales too.
Oh, well, it says that doesn't include home video sales. Anything that Kevin Smith touches turns into like a cult classic later.
Exactly.
You gotta figure back then the video
sci-fi.
stores.
Yep. Give me one second. I'm swapping out my headset battery.
Okay.
I was just gonna say back then, most video stores were paying upwards of like $50 a cassette, and then you had, like when Blockbuster came out, where they just negotiated these deals to get the tapes for like $20.
Yeah,
because they would buy so many of them, and that's why they had that kind of selection. So not only were they raking in the box office sales, they were raking in from the home video market like crazy. They probably made more off the home video cassettes than they ever did from
they did, absolutely, without a doubt. Actually, that's one thing that the Wikipedia pages, all that, they never actually tell you how much they've made in home video sales.
I don't think
there's a page for that.
There is. Let's see.
And I think they still do kind of monitor that. I mean, everything obviously now is like DVD or Blu-ray if you can get one. Because video stores are like non-existent, except for like Family Video, I think is still around for some reason.
Okay, here it is. This is available from a site called thenumbers.com. Clerks 2, which is 2006, domestic box office pulled in $24,148,068. Worldwide, it did $27,342,246. Estimated domestic video sales is actually larger than that of the box office haul. $27,438,650, and I think it was really off of what, $5 million budget, I believe. Let me see. Yep, $5 million, and so they pulled in $54 million on a $5 million budget.
I mean, that makes sense that they would make more on VHS and DVDs, because it's the same nowadays. Who can afford to go to the cinemas and pay the price of admission and popcorn and food, especially if you've got big families, when you could just rent it, take it home. You don't have any people around you. You get to pause it. You get to go for bathroom breaks. I mean, that's what I would do personally.
Well, I mean, that's what it was before, but now you've got, with the whole COVID thing, that just absolutely decimated.
Yeah, and now instead you've got streaming sites, so it's more or less the same thing. Just instead of going to a store and buying the disc, now you can just flip the channel and it's like, oh, I'll click on this tonight. Everything is just a push of a button away. And that's half the problem. There's now too much content. There's too much to choose from. And that's why I don't.
Sometimes there is.
No, it's tough to, like, especially like, I mean, we're definitely not rich, so we got to have a budget, and so sometimes we have to drop one, because we just recently made the decision to drop Amazon, which I'm kind of regretting now since I've heard so much about Invincible.
That's a good show.
It's great, honestly.
Amazing.
Almost seems like something Kevin Smith would have done or would have worked on, because it seems right up his alley.
Well, I don't think he's it is Robert Kirkman from The Walking Dead.
Love the look of I just love the look of Omni-Man with that big moustache and who they got to voice him. All you need is Spider-Man to say, so this is what J. Jonah Jameson would look like if he had superpowers. I'll get you next time, Spider-Man.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
That's actually a pretty good Dr. Claw.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I used to do voices a long time ago when I was, but it's a whole another, another lifetime ago.
But yeah, kind of get back on track here a little bit with Clerks 2. Again, you've got a story. It's about people.
Yep.
And it's, I know we've kind of hit on this, but this is the one thing that Kevin Smith always does well. He makes stories about people that other people can relate to, and we've all worked those crappy fast food jobs. Hi, I used to work at McDonald's, and it sucked, except nothing as interesting as anything that happens in Clerks 2 ever happened while I was at work at that McDonald's. And in this one, you got people getting high. You got people. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Somebody's got to broach the subject. It might as well be me, being I'm the host. When Randall uses the racial slur, I'm like,
oh God, I'm taking it back.
You've got Wanda Sykes standing there in the front of the line. She's like, "Excuse me, what the hell did you just say?"
He called him a porch monkey.
Hey, watch it. I do not want the stream taken down, Mir.
Oh,
please.
God, dude. I mean, let's just be honest here. The amount of racial and slurs that from all different, regarding all different walks of life that came out in that minute and a half, that was just absolutely epic. In the worst way possible. Yep, sci-fi. Peace, man.
Peace and long life, my friend. You have a good one.
Yeah, that out of like sheer ignorance, out of
my God. My grandma did call a broken bottle a Yeah, we all know what
the only reason why I said it is because Randall took it back for the white man.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. On the back of his shirt, it said that for life.
Oh, for the love of Pete!
I didn't even think that's where you were going. I thought you were going to do the Rosario Dawson. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's forgivable.
It's okay to go from ass to mouth.
I wonder if that part's actually on the Wikipedia page. Because the act of screwing someone in a very uncomfortable place is on the Wikipedia page and has illustrations.
Well, I haven't looked. You know how Lord of the Rings has its the Wikipedia to rule them all or whatever, and every franchise seems to have. But does the Skewiverse have its own?
Yeah,
it does.
Would not surprise me. No, would not surprise me one iota if the Skewiverse did have its own Wikipedia, because think about all of the deep cuts and all of the characters that have been in all these movies, and even though sometimes. Okay, so, and one of my all-time favorite insults that I've considered using on people I really don't like. Pickle fucker.
Oh.
It's okay. You finally got it to fit after 3 bites.
That
is literally going from your own ass to your own mouth.
That's right.
People are going to be like, why in the world? People are going to catch us on the replay and be like, what the hell did Ambassador just say?
That just makes me disgusted, repulsed, and yet I can't look away.
Just like when they watch the Donkey Show. I'm disgusted and repulsed, and I can't look away. Good one, John.
So is no one going to hear? Is no one here going to even mention the goodbye horses scene with Jay?
I was about to. I was about to. I would F me. And I'm sorry, but I have to literally forward over that scene. When I used to own it on DVD, I'm like, I don't need to see Jason Mewes full frontal, even if it's tucked back. I'm like, no.
And the fact that he did it again in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
He did
awfully forward with that donkey.
He really did. Please tell me he didn't.
He did. I mean, it wasn't like the full-on thing, but you did. The music started, and all of a sudden, ooh.
And then, of course,
there's a reason to call a donkey an ass, because he did it in the ass.
Well, John, being your Scottish, I can make an off-color joke about Sir Farming Ale that's Scots.
No, that's not Scotch. That's the Welsh.
What's the difference? I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Please don't get all on me.
It's okay. It's okay. Ambassador, you're my best friend. I love you in a total heterosexual way. Okay.
Thank you, man. Likewise. And I get that reference.
Question. Have any of you ever actually been to the Jay and Silent Bob secret stash?
No, but I would want to.
No.
So
I think it's closing down, right? Isn't he moving it out to California?
Well, there's one that's open in California, and there's another one that opened in November of last year, I believe.
Where is it? Do you know?
One's in Jersey and one's in LA.
Yeah, I thought the one was closing in Jersey.
Here, I'll double check.
Well, he might be keeping both of them open.
Because that's where they did the comic book men that AMC show.
I like that show. I really did.
Yeah, that was fun.
So let me see here.
You guys, while he's looking that up, have you guys ever watched what's that show called? The four guys that do the pranks on each other.
Jackass?
No, not Jackass.
No. Impractical Jokers?
Impractical Jokers. There we go.
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Oh. Well, they're one of the impractical jokers. Not the one that was a fireman. Why can I not think of anybody's name? He used to work as an intern for Kevin Smith, and they're really good pals now.
Okay, so on November 25th of 2020, Kevin Smith announced on his Twitter feed that he was closing the Red Bank store, which is in 35 Broad Street in New Jersey, and he said he was moving the store down the block, and it opened on the second week of January 2021. So yeah, there's still one in Jersey, and there's still one in Los Angeles. So
again, I say road trip.
Well, I've been to the one in the original one. The one that was in on Broad Street. And please, I'm from New England. I drove by there when I was doing a road trip. I'm like, hey, let's go stop in here. And
I say, freaking show off.
Nobody was there, of course, but the only person I got to take a picture with Walt Flanagan.
There you go,
dude. That's awesome.
You know what? Yeah. That's all I need. I need to. It's like, okay, you're like, I don't like, dude, you're awesome. I just want. He's been in there almost every Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
And so I got a picture with the dude, and he's the manager down there as well. So yeah, it was nice. The comic collection is enormous, quite varied. I mean, it's every comic book nerd's dream to go. That's Mecca. Well, let me know. Well, meet me in Ohio. We'll take a road trip to Jersey.
You know what? For you, Mir, for you,
I'll do it for pizza, man. That's all.
I would do it for you. I would do it for you.
Okay, let's rock, man. We got summer.
I'll let you know.
I'll talk to the ladies and be like, hey, like, dear, I'm gonna. Never mind. I don't
Well,
want to.
hey, and there's a face I haven't seen in a very long time. The Truth 31.
You haven't seen The Truth in a long time? What the hell?
The channel. Hey, Truth, good to see
you free.
Hey, Truth, good to see you, man. Trying out something a little different tonight. It's actually turned out pretty well. I think going forward, as I do my streams like this, I dropped the link in the chat. So if you got a few minutes, you want to comment and talk about Kevin Smith, link is there, my friend. But yeah.
So I haven't. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Fine.
I haven't been to the Secret Stash, but I have been to.
I want to.
I went to a pre-release of Jay and Silent Bob's Super Groovy movie cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find that one
in St. Louis, and it was really cool because we watched the movie, and then Kevin Smith comes up and talks for about
oh my gosh,
an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was really fun. Didn't really get to meet anybody, but I was like 5 rows back from Kevin Smith. And it was fun.
Dude, did I ever tell you, me and the missus and one of my professors from university, we actually got to meet William Shatner at a viewing of Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan.
That's incredible.
Yeah, which one was that at?
It was okay. Neither one of you will know this because, well, you don't know where we live. It was actually at the Victory.
Oh, cool.
It was a couple of years ago. I think it was 19. I think. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We even got our picture taken with him.
I love everything that he's done in sci-fi. God, he's almost 90 now.
Yeah,
and
he's one of the oldest surviving members of the original cast.
Absolutely,
he's one of the few left.
The thing that really, I would love to just sit there and just talk to him about the whole horse thing, like his horse breeding stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He makes more money off of that than he ever did off of Star Trek.
Well, he's a dog breeder too.
Yeah, does the dogs, but there's a lot of horses that live out in this area. So.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'd have to go back because I still have the recording on my phone because I actually recorded the Q&A that they did with him after the movie was over.
And what a Twitter troll, man. He's great.
Yeah, but he's good at it.
Oh, yes, he is. He's an expert at it. A 90-year-old Twitter troll, and it's just freaking epic.
Yeah,
all the idiots' heads explode, and that's why we love him. Then he is a god amongst men. He's a man's man, a man who's never tasted quiche.
Yeah, I love. This might be blasphemy to some of you guys. I love those old Star Trek movies, but y'all know Robert Meyer Burnett, right?
I want him on my freaking channel.
Yeah,
I would love to sit down with him for a couple hours and talk just pop culture, anything. I love that guy. Love his channel. Yeah, but yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, so his movie Free Enterprise.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it. I've heard about
it. He's in it, and it's just the character he plays. Like, he plays himself, but he's kind of playing a character now, and he's just brilliant in it. It's so hilarious. And that movie, I highly recommend if you've never seen it. It is such a sleeper movie. It's funny because like I used to watch it like when it probably not like exactly when it came out, but a little bit back, before I even knew about. And like I can't remember what I was doing, but I think I was doing some research on like a video. I like doing videos on like movies that people may have not seen that are really good, and I was gonna do this one, and I looked at the director and it said Robert Meyer Burnett, and I was like, I know that name. I was like, that dude does the thing with John Campea, but his own show is actually better.
I think, yeah, I like him solo. He does his show is just his banger.
He
Burnett.
has so much knowledge. Like he puts Campea this to shame. Like
that's not hard. That is completely not hard. That's completely and totally not hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry, off topic there.
No, dude. Well, hey, here's the crazy thing. What would happen if Kevin Smith and Robert Meyer Burnett ever actually collaborate on something? Oh my gosh, the universe would
be amazing.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
There would be way too many references. Just like,
oh my gosh.
I'm also going to be really blunt with you. I'm a blunt man with this particular thing. I would love to go to see the stash, but I would rather go to Vegas to the Star Trek convention in August. It's hurting. It's hurting.
Dude, I get it. I get it. I do. I get it.
However, I've been playing on this little app for some Vegas app that I've been messing with since 2014, and I have like over 2.5 million gold coins on this thing, which translates to like $2,100 worth of stuff.
Damn.
And so I can turn around and buy like 4 or 5 days worth of hotels.
Dude,
I'm ready.
Right on, brother.
I want to go. There's a direct flight from here to Vegas for $200.
That's not bad. That is not bad. Oh.
But I got family up in New England, so yeah, okay. Yeah, the other place might win.
You are such a goof.
Dude, it just hurts my feelings. I want to do the Vegas thing so bad. But it's not going to happen. Not likely anyway. Plus, I'll be.
You just got to be really nice to the wife or the missus for a couple months.
No, all I have to do is take the kid with me.
Oh.
And be like, honey, you are going to get a house all to yourself
for
3 whole days. And she's going to turn to me, and in the most loving, gentle way possible, she will say, get the fuck out. And she's a priest, so she might actually put a blessing behind that.
Good. She totally could. Oh, man. Well, guys, we're over the 2.5 hour mark. Why don't we do closing thoughts, and then we will probably wrap up for the night. So, just once around the horn, just any final thoughts. I don't care who goes first. Just do your thing, gentlemen, and we'll wrap up for the night.
Okay, I'll go first. Chasing Amy is my absolutely favorite Kevin Smith movie, hands down. Brilliant story. And like we said earlier with Kevin Smith, the brilliant interlay of over the top, almost vulgar, with that very drama driven story through line. It really gives the movie a absolutely perfect balance, and it is just a lovely movie. And Red State, man, I'm telling you, it's slept on. It's nothing like any of Kevin Smith's other movies, for sure, but it's really good. John Goodman's in it. I mean,
I'm sold.
That's the only selling point you really need.
I'm sold.
It has a very brilliant ending, and it's very fun. And all of his newer indie movies, they might be kind of weird. Tusk is weird. Yoga Hosers is very weird, but it still has that very Kevin Smith touch to it.
Yeah, they still have all interesting characters.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
How he does it. Yeah, they're still brilliant. They're definitely weird, definitely a lot different, but yeah, love Kevin Smith. I'm done.
Okay.
I'll go
John
next.
Mayer.
My favorite movie, believe it or not, is in fact Clerks 2. That was again the banter between Dante and Randall. I mean, was great in Clerks 1, but it got brought to an entirely new level once they brought in what's his name? Shit, the kid.
Elias.
There you go. Bringing that into it, him into the whole thing, just watching him slowly and steadily be corrupted over like an hour and a half. I mean, this is nonstop laughs from start to finish. Yes. And, you know, and because of that movie, remember, Dante and Randall bought the convenience store, and then they became small business owners. You know, it was a really good like resolution for, you know, as best of a resolution that there could be for, you know, the two of them.
Yes, I agree.
Even though who the hell watches videos in a video store now? Even then, it was like almost out the door at that point. You know? But again, that movie right there, there were serious topics, but there were jokes upon jokes upon jokes upon jokes. And yeah, that donkey show, that was like disgusting. And it was like, this is disgusting. It's vile, and I can't look away. And because of that, I will never, ever, ever listen to that Samantha Fox song again the same way.
Naughty girls need love too.
That's right.
Just remember, it's not bestiality. It's called interspecies erotica.
That's right. That's right.
Well, to quote this line specifically, it's interspecies erotica. Fucko.
God.
I only swear if I'm quoting something I never.
However, I also want to point out that the finer details of interspecies erotica were presented to us by a Scotsman who put their interspecies up on hills so they push back. Bless you, man.
Mir,
bless you.
Man, you're going to hell. John, my friend, your turn. Or Mir, did you have something else you want to say?
Yes, I'm going to hell, but at least I'm going to enjoy the ride on the way there. And in fact, it looks a lot like Jersey, now that I think about it.
Well, speaking of going to hell, I'm hoping to go to heaven, and Dogma is still the winner for me. It has so much, you know, Alec Rickman, God rest his soul, fantastic performance. You had George Carlin, you know, another one who sadly passed away, great comedian, can't get any funnier than him. He knew his stuff and he wasn't afraid to say his mind. But I just love the movie, you know, as a Catholic, you know, it touched me in quite a lot of ways, you know, just hearing the stories of Jesus and that, you know, it was blasphemous, but not in a bad way, you know. It was, you know, I can still take a joke and still, you know,
it was stark, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I've heard all the Catholic priest jokes, believe you me, so I don't mind a wee bit of blasphemy. But it was still the fantastic movie whatsoever, and the others were good, but that's for me was the best, definitely. And also, and just want to add, He-Man and Masters of the Universe doesn't come out till July, but I will watch it just to check it out to see if the rumors are true or not. And if they are, I'll be back. You won't hear that. This won't be the last of it. But
I wonder if Skeletor will have the Joker laugh.
That would be cool.
That would be interesting, to say the least.
But yeah, if the rumors are wrong, you know, it looks good, and the cast is phenomenal. So I'm excited I'm curious to check it out.
Yeah, me too. I'm down. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
I would say I'm a little worried by the new design of the sister. You know, that hobble haircut. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
You cannot judge a book by its cover. You can never, ever judge a book by its cover. The only thing you can do is read the book.
But you can judge an asshole by the smell.
Say that again, Mir.
I said you can't judge a book by a cover, but you can judge an asshole by the smell.
That is true.
Always follow yours.
I'm going to hell, but man, those are words of wisdom.
Indeed. Well, to kind of close out here, my final thoughts. Ever since high school, Kevin Smith has been bringing me many laughs, bringing me a lot of insightful dialogue that really makes you think about things, and just is a amazingly talented director and writer, and he deserves his place here in the spotlight. Mm-hmm. So thank you, everybody who tuned in this evening for this stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, for those of you that will catch us on the replay, by all means, comment with your thoughts down below about anything that we discussed tonight or anything that we may have missed in terms of one of the great ones, Kevin Smith. And do want to let you all know I'll be live again Friday evening at 5:30. Me and the Council of One the Ones will be back to review Babylon 5 Season 3 with the one and only two-parter episode, War Without End. And then, of course, I'll be back Saturday night with another Saturday Geekgasm review, and we'll be discussing the latest from Mr. Zack Snyder, another inductee into the Ambassador's Director's Spotlight series with Army of the Dead, and we will be breaking down episode 4 of Bad Batch. So, hope to see you all for that as well. And as always, make sure you subscribe to Mr. Big Daddy-O John Bamford and Sir Nerdlot, and make sure you follow the official Ambassadorial Wing researcher and historian, Mir, the gravitationally adept.
Twitter.
And he's on Twitter. Make sure you follow him.
The Facebook thing. I just chit chat with Mr. Ambassador here every so often.
Yes. So make sure you follow Mir and the rest of these gentlemen. And of course, it's Sci-Fi Nation, who was in here earlier with us. Make sure you follow him as well on his channel on YouTube and also on social media. So, but that all being said, folks, you will have a wonderful evening wherever you are at. And until next time, these are the Ambassadors, signing off.